3 lockdowns and nearly 13 months later, where is the commercial property market at now that we see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel?
We expected this thing to go on for 3 or 4 months, and it's gone on now for 12 months, so we're in a state of flux.
We had a very strong Q1 just ahead of COVID, where upwards of 1 million square foot was taken up in the office market. It's Q1 2021, there was only 40,000 square foot taken up.
The third lockdown has actually been good for the office market because everyone seems to be very keen to get back now.
Vacancy rates have remained quite low. All that combined with decent levels of active demand mean that we're in a good place looking forward.
I think the retail market's in a state of flux as well. You know, the high street will be impacted significantly. I mean, the likes of Grafton Street and Henry Street.
But suburban retail is alive and kicking. That's your shop with residential accommodation or office accommodation above it.
Anything that we've had on over the last 12 months, you know, we've had a queue of people to try and let it, and they're willing to pay pre-COVID rents.
One factor which is regularly commented on is the inability of investors to physically inspect buildings. The sub €20 million sector has been negatively impacted. There is hesitancy on behalf of purchasers and indeed vendors.
Certainly on the core office buildings, no. Dublin in actual fact has been quite resilient. The latest Decca deal is a real bellwether for the market.
Unlike other sectors, the industrial market has been remarkably resilient.
It hasn't been impacted, I think, because of the advent of online, Brexit, and also I think indigenous companies are expanding now and they're taking better quality product.
Demand is actually double on the same period last year, but there isn't enough new stock being built quickly enough.
The private rented sector is a relatively defensive or a COVID-proof sector. Throughout 2020, we saw approximately €1.3 billion, or about 40% of all investment turnover allocated to the PRS sector.
The withdrawal of Ulster Bank KBC, not good for Ireland Inc., but I think there's alignment between government policy and the commercialities of the banks, bearing in mind they've got to lend themselves out of the situation. But you know what? Hopefully new entrants will come into the market.
We expect some form of normality towards the end of the year. We can do viewings again. You know, we can get people into the property. And I do expect that the market will improve, quite quickly.
I think when we get the vaccines rolled out, combined with the cash that has been built up, H2 has the potential to be the strongest second half to a year, probably since 2011.